Hi, my name's Chad, and I bought a fixer-upper. And tonight is the first night I'm going to spend in the house. And we're going to hope... Here's Buddy. Hey, Buddy. Want to say hi? Hi. We're going to hope the house isn't haunted. We'll probably find out because tomorrow is Halloween. Anyway, I'm on the opposite side of the house that I thought was going to be good to first move into. Partially because there was a problem in the gas line on the other unit. And so all of my stuff is up here. All of my junk. I do need to clean the kitchen, but the stove works, the sink works. I do have a hot water heater unit installed. I now have a new refrigerator, and I've gotten rid of the old refrigerator, and all of my other junk is up here, including some work stuff. Buddy's gonna check out the other unit, and I need to clean the bedroom tonight and put it to rights, but this is the bedroom, and then that is the water heater. It's a Titan SCR2, intended for 4 gallons per minute, max flow rate. It's a real dodgy install, not because of, so everybody's checking it out again. Not because of anything anyone else did, but because I had a hand in installing it with money, thanks to my uncle and my dad, who came out last week and helped with that. They also helped downstairs, removing some stuff I asked them to take out, and helping me put together a plan to replace some of the structural components of the house that have been damaged. So I will do another short video on that probably tomorrow. I spent my first night in the house last night and did not die, so we're doing well. We're 1 for 1. Yeah, quick update on the house. I mentioned that my dad and my uncle, and actually my mom and my aunt, came out and visited and were able to help, and I wanted to do a quick tour of what work they were able to accomplish and what it shows us for our next steps and kind of the next challenges that this house is going to have. And so real quick, let's check it out. You'll probably recognize this as that first room you come in on the main floor if you turn right, and they didn't really do a ton in there, but towards the back they did help take out this interior wall, which I asked them to do, which was really great because we get to see the way that the original building was framed, and we get to see the stud spacing, and we get to see the material that was used on the outside originally. And something that the owner had told me and I wanted to see was the envelope construction. It's a balloon construction, I'm told, or a balloon envelope, which means that eventually I'll have to clean up the space between all these studs and put in fire blocking between all these studs to improve the fire rating on the house. They were also able to take this closet out and take this wall down, and that was partially in preparation for making the upstairs bathroom livable, but also shows us that we've got a lot of plaster and lath, and the ceiling is plaster and lath, and we kind of expected that, but that's what it is. Probably the best thing about the visit is they were able to open up this doorway so that now I can move between these 2 units without going the long way around. And then over in this unit, they did quite a bit of work in taking out the ceiling. You'll see at least the drop ceiling got taken out, which is great. And we're able to see up into that area and what awaits us. Now, the first thing I noticed was this massive beam that's up there, which was very interesting to me. Why did they do that? And the answer is right here. When the plumbing, and I'm going to change my angle, my filming angle here. When they did the plumbing, they put in a 4-inch drain for some reason and notched very, very badly all of the joists that were up there. And I think probably originally they had some 2 or 3-inch cast iron up there and thought they could just put the larger PVC in and then make the notches bigger, but you'll see that that is very, very detrimental to the structural integrity of those pieces of wood, of those floor joists. So this one actually buckled And then the next one over actually completely broke. And I assumed that this ceiling started to cave in and leak very badly, and that is why this beam is here. And I'm going to change my angle back again. This beam is here to transfer all of the weight from this section of the house to these walls here behind that red post and over here. And then underneath, because of the proximity of the boiler room, which is directly underneath us, and the kitchen, which is directly underneath where the dog just went, the timbers underneath this wall became absolutely infested with insects, with termites. And so that beam has to get changed out. I'm going to go show you in a moment what that looks like and explain to you that this red post here, I don't know the proper name for it, I always call it a jack post, is in place in order to transfer the weight from that beam off of those timbers and directly straight down to, and I should probably fix my filming angle because it is straight, I did level it, but transfer it directly down into the basement. So that's next. Okay, we are in the basement now, and the lighting is not great. We had to cut several wires in order to access that beam I was mentioning, and you'll see that some of these loose ends are hanging. But this is the damage that I thought I had filmed before, but I cannot seem to find. So if you've already seen it, I apologize. But there, you can see this is very, very bad. I'm just tapping it with a flashlight, and it is completely falling apart. And it was only originally, I think, in the original design intended to carry, well, not, the original design didn't include this lower beam portion here. This was part of the conversion to make this a living unit. But the beam above it was only originally designed to carry the weight above that floor, not necessarily the wall that is directly on top of it. And so there's a lot of extra weight being put on this, and we have to transfer that weight in order to work on these beams safely. So directly underneath that other post, that other jack stand is this one, which is put in place and leveled and intact. And I've been slowly turning the post so that we can raise that weight off of these things, get up here and rip out this crap. Well, really, first clean off the stuff on this side. This is probably the most accessible side. Clean the stuff off on this side. Actually use it to provide some structural support and put it across this beam here, this lintel beam or this header beam, over to this header beam. And that has its own issues, but I'll be addressing those too. So this vertical post will be coming out, and I'll be replacing it with one of these treated 4x4s. And then these longer 2x6, and I'm bad at my dimensions, I think it might be 2x8, will get cut to length and then placed up here. The bad crap will be removed, and then I'll try to place a double one because I really think that central wall needs more support, and I want a double beam up there. We'll have that in place, and yeah, that'll be good. Then we can address the other sagging parts of the house.